Nowadays, Big B is urging you to withdraw unclaimed deposits from the banks. The Reserve Bank of India, through its awareness campaign, is appealing to you to save the bank account from becoming inactive. As of March 2021, a total amount of 39,264 crore rupees is lying unclaimed in RBI's Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. Similarly, an unclaimed amount of 4,100 crore rupees of unclaimed shares is deposited in the government's Investor Education Protection Fund. If we include mutual funds and insurance as well, then the government has such an amount of 82,000 crore rupees, which has got no claimant. Why is this amount lying unclaimed? There are two reasons behind unclaimed funds: inoperative bank accounts and lack of investment information. People forget old accounts and investments. Along with this, it is also noticed that the account holder or the investor has died and the family member does not know about that money. When does the bank account become inactive? For this, different banks have different rules. Usually, if there is no transaction for a year, then the savings and current accounts become inactive. If this account remains closed for one more year, then it falls under the dormant category. If the maturity amount of FD and RD of the bank is not withdrawn after 2 years, then it is considered inactive. Once an account becomes inactive, the bank stops paying compounding interest on the amount present in it. Only simple interest is applicable. If the amount in the dormant account is not claimed for 8 years, it is transferred to the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. After depositing the amount in DEAF, it gets interested based on the rate announced by RBI. From May 2021 onwards, this rate is fixed at 3%. Where does this unclaimed amount of shares go? If the shareholders do not claim dividend for their shares for 7 years, then all the money is put into government's Investor Education Protection Fund. IEPFA acts as a custodian of those shares and dividends on behalf of the shareholder. This is a great platform to get money from these old shares. How to claim it? Now, the name of the nominee is mandatory in every bank, Demat account, mutual funds and insurance. But the problem is that only the names of the nominees are mentioned in the documents, which makes it difficult to trace them if the account holder dies. So now, banks are asking to fill in more details during the nomination process. If you have an inactive account, then you yourself can contact the bank by giving your address proof, withdraw money or get the account activated. If the account of any of your loved ones is inactive, then the nominee can withdraw the amount by submitting his KYC and death certificate of the account holder. If the name of the nominee is not there or there is any discrepancy in nominee's name, then banks can also ask for a succession certificate. The bank can also hand over the money to the successor of the inoperative account on the basis of the will. RBI has asked to keep the process of withdrawing money trouble-free for the family when the account holder dies. Therefore, there is no fixed time limit to inform the bank. This work can be done when the family is ready mentally. According to the RBI instructions, the bank has to complete this work within 15 days after applying for the withdrawal of money. If additional documents such as succession proof are required or the will has to be scrutinized, then it may take more time. If the account is in dormant category, then it is not necessary that you claim it with DEAF. You can also file your claim with your bank itself. Unclaimed deposit account information is posted on most of the bank's websites. In order to track the unclaimed deposit amount, you just have to enter some basic information like account holder's name, address, PAN number, date of birth, etc. But as far as stocks are concerned, SEBI registered investment advisor Harsh Rumta says that if you do not have documents to prove your investments, then claiming such property might be complicated. In the government's Investor Education Protection Fund Authority, you have to enter a lot of information about the investor. Only then it will be known whether an investment is done or not. Many private companies have created such databases that shares information by taking money. If you do not have all the information, then you have to contact the Invest Service Center of every company. In order to avoid these hassles, keep the nominee up to date in every investment and bank account. Also, if the account is not needed, then it is wise to close it.